Now, on one of the videos I did yesterday, we're talking about what the NEO president just recently said, where he was talking about them not compromising quality, which is something that is very, very important, and it's good coming from NEO, because we know that NEO intends on maintaining, regardless of the fierce competition in China, they will maintain the quality, which is why even the NEO CEO, a couple of weeks ago, he said, price-wise of the new facelift model of the NEO main brand, we must not expect the prices to come down, because quality continues to get improved, and therefore with improved quality will mean that prices will either stay where they are in terms of the price, meaning that ET5 Touring, ET5 mid-sedan will still start at around 300,000 RMB, which I suppose it means that they are not willing to bend and make their cars extremely cheap, because it won't get them anywhere, right? I mean, the reason why I'm telling you about this, apparently China, as seen on the screen, just came out and said that they are going to crack down unfair EV price cuts and stabilize the industry, which is something that is very important, and it goes with what the NEO president has been saying, right? I mean, he made it clear that they are not going to compromise on the quality, and not compromising quality means they are not going to also compromise, or they are not going to drop prices ridiculously. But of course, we know that in China there are cars that are being released out there that are extremely cheaper than NEO models, extremely cheaper than Onvosa brand, but sometimes some of these cars, what you actually seeing is that they are deceiving people in terms of selling or promising people that cars, or telling people that cars can do this, but they are failing. I mean, we have seen quite a number of videos, or some videos rather, of some of the cars not performing that well in terms of an emergency like safety. We have seen how some cars, the quality is compromised. I mean, if you remember very well, you will know that in all of the accidents that we have seen in NEO cars being involved in, we are seeing the other cars being the ones that are being damaged the most, and NEO cars still, of course, standing with minor dents and scratches there and there, which is something that speaks volumes about the quality that NEO is putting out there. And EV price wars, you will know that this is the thing that is still taking place in China. But we know that companies like Mercedes, BMW, and NEO, they've decided that they are not going to play it that low, because they realize that at the end of the day it hurts company. It means that they are just producing this car for the sake of producing, but obviously then they are not going to make money from that. Gross margins are going to go down, and we saw what this does. I mean, last year cars like NEO were selling big quantities in terms of sales. The gross margins were compromised because they had to cut prices of the cars, which they have said, I think it was in Q3, to say that they are going to make sure that gross margins improve. And how gross margins improve, it means that, of course, they are not going to give ridiculous discounts. That's number one. Number two, they are going to make sure that whatever they use in the car, they try to produce in-house, right? Self-driving autonomous chip is produced in-house. The operating system of the car, it's produced in-house, which is something that, of course, with that, it will improve the gross margins that NEO gets to report. So yeah, man, this is what we are seeing. China is going to crack down on the unfair EV prices that are taking place in China, which this is good news to NEO. This is good news for NEO, because at the end of the day, it will make companies to flourish. I mean, Chinese consumers, one thing that we are seeing, they are becoming more comfortable buying their local brands, which is why companies like NEO have been benefiting from that. But I must say, there are those, especially that are selling cheap cars, or that are cutting their prices so much in a way that in the industry, or the EV industry as a whole, the competition ends up being unfair, and some of these big key players like NEO end up not selling that much. And China realizes that these companies like NEO are very important onto the Chinese EV market, and if they are to, of course, run out of business, then it's not going to be good for China, because they know the kind of quality that NIO is producing in terms of cars. They know the kind of after-sale services that NIO gives to those that buy their cars, and it is because of after-sale services like battery swapping stations that the Chinese EV industry gets to be recognized so much outside of China, outside the boundaries of China, which is why they will do whatever they can to give support to EV car makers like NIO, because they know that they are industry leaders. NIO is one of the industry leaders in this fast growing EV space, not just in China but globally. Yes, they might not yet be profitable, but obviously with time we know that things will improve, right? The more they do well, the more they will get to profitability, which is why I've been telling you that I'm not worried. I will take the low trading prices opportunities to load the board to increase my holdings, because I know one thing, and that is blue sky. So yeah, man, I am happy, I am excited about what's happening. Blue sky is still coming. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded. And oh, I forgot to thank you guys. This channel, we just reached 6,000 subscribers. All thanks to you guys. Let's continue growing this channel as I give you the latest developments, as I give you what NIO is all about on a daily basis. All I ask is that you subscribe. If you enjoy the content, you hit that notification bell, you like the video, because it takes me some time to make these videos, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up or subscribe, which will be so good. I mean, someone said, yeah, let's push this channel to 10,000 subscribers. Comments like that, honestly, they really encourage me to continue doing this kind of content, because in as much as there might be some people that don't see or that don't, because in as much as I'm doing these videos, I do realize that there are people that like the content that I do, and this, like I said, continues motivating me to do more. So let's push, continue subscribing, and let's get to 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, me, I look forward to that. So yeah, man, tell me what you think about this. I think China going to do crackdowns on the EV or unfair EV price cuts is something that is very good, and it will give a boost onto companies like NIO. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I remain long, strong on Studio, because I know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. I will see you on the next one, and God bless you all.